So starting off, just getting to who you are as a person. Um, just give me an understanding of where you're from or how you were raised, your background.
Um, I grew up in Brooklyn, Bushwick mostly.
Hmm.
My family migrated from South Carolina up here.
Hmm.
I lived in Bushwick for predominantly all my life,
Okay.
up until 18 years old when I went to prison. But before then, moms and pops separated. Uh, moms got murdered.
Damn. Sorry
Um,
to hear that, bro.
yeah, and pops passed away from I want to say drug abuse. I don't really know because they passed away when we was young.
Okay.
And what family tend to do when you're young is not give you the proper information.
Mm.
So I was around like 10, 11 years. 10, 9, 10, 11 is when I started seeing deaths of certain people in my life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like my aunt, my mom's, my pops, my grandfather.
Jeez.
Yeah, like, and these was like multiple back to back.
Like when you say back to back, like what are we talking about? Like weeks, months?
Yeah, like a year, less than a year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So the first traumatic experience you went through was losing your moms.
That was the I lost my pops,
Okay.
but nothing hit me more than my mom's.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because my mom's is like the backbone to all of us,
Yeah.
all my brothers and all. I got two other brothers.
Okay.
I got some on my father's side, but we don't rock, whatever
Yeah.
case may be. Because my mom's was, I'm the, I'm the side baby.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the side baby.
When you say that, which
Meaning my pops already had
a
a
family
family.
copy.
You know what I'm saying? So he started messing with my mom. So I don't know their relationship situation, whether he was broken up with his previous family,
Got
wife,
you.
and all that.
You just fall into it.
I
Like
just
he was
fall,
feeling her, they vibed, and then you came along.
That's it. You
You
know
know
what I'm
what I'm
saying? So it is what it is. We older now. I'm 50, so we can honestly
right,
give
yeah.
a proper perspective on it.
Right. And plus, we
2020.
men too. We know what we
men.
go through
You
with
know
our
what I'm saying?
relationships.
Yeah. So like I tell people, my
Right.
brother be getting tight when I be saying, moms was promiscuous. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
But I
yeah,
know
yeah.
my mom's got 3 boys by 3 different men. Let's call it what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
feel you.
I take nothing away from my mom's because she was a strong black woman who
Right.
raised 3 children.
Right.
She kept her boys. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So, like I said, I grew up in Bushwick. In childhood, everything was cool. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You have no care in the world but to go out and have fun and live life. You know what
Where
I'm
where
saying?
was this location at? Give us a origin of like.
I lived in Bushwick on Decatur Street.
Okay.
I lived in Decatur Street on what they call now. I don't jack it, but they call it the dark side. And then you got the light side of Bushwick. I don't jack none of that. I'm from Bushwick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I fuck with both sides. I don't segregate myself, but we'll get into that later on. But yeah, so growing up in mom's pops, I seen a lot of deaths. Um I seen a friend of mine's get killed. You know what I'm saying? A couple of my friends get killed. School, going to school, having fun. I was an athlete.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was an athlete. I played baseball, football, basketball. I got trophies in hockey.
The,
You know what I'm
hockey,
saying?
that's
Yeah.
different.
So
I ain't never played no hockey. Hockey was something I ain't never.
yeah, I played volleyball. I was just for me, sports was my escapism from the reality of losing my parents and
Okay.
losing, certain loved ones, my grandfather. So that was my escapism, was just
Gotcha.
straight up sports.
Got
You know
you.
what I'm saying? Boxing, all of that. That was me. I
What
had
age
to
were
get
you starting to be athletic?
I would say it started probably around 8, 9 years old.
Okay.
8 and 9 years old.
And so, what was your first like organized sport that you played in?
Football. I love football. I wanted to be everybody wanted to be a wide receiver back then.
Yeah, of course.
Back when I was growing up. Everybody wanted
Who
to be
who was like the person that you was looking at? Like, okay, this is what I want to be a wide receiver.
Oh man, Jerry Rice.
Of course, I know you. Was gonna say that.
You know what I mean? It was Jerry Rice, but I was too short to be Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you gotta have wingspan. You gotta have length.
Right, you got to have the length and all that. So
Right.
when you growing up in that era, and we talking
Mhm.
like the 70s and 80s, growing up and trying to pick your favorite, like you got your favorite player,
Mm-hmm.
and who you want to be like.
Jerry Rice, he was cold though.
He was he was cold.
He was cold.
He was everybody's favorite at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But what it was that you couldn't be who you are because of the standard of that athlete position and physical.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Because whether you like for a quarterback, most of the time growing up back then, I wanted to be a quarterback as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
And you got to remember, these dudes, they may not look like they're tall, but like when you see them in the physical, you're like, yo,
they tall.
They
Yeah,
tall.
they tall. Because you got to see over the line. You got to be able to see over the line. So, with that, it was certain things that I couldn't be. So what I would do was from football. What football made me tough.
Right.
Because when we was playing football straight up with no equipment.
Sheesh.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up in
I was going
football
ham,
field.
bro.
Yeah,
I was going crazy.
We was playing straight up, tackling hard. Sure, I had to go down south and play down south with the country boy.
You going crazy.
Yeah, so it was more or less, that made me tough. The sports, that football, which I love so much, made me tough. It gave me a place where I get to relieve my anger.
I see where you're going.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was going through a whole lot.
Yeah, you want to go hit a nigga. Sorry, to say.
Exactly.
You want to go
hit.
put pain
you know
in.
Right. Right. So with the football, it just made me tougher. That literally is what made me tougher to deal with a lot of things that I was going with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then what kind of helped me out control certain things or control my emotions, a lot, I'm not even gonna say somewhat, was boxing.
Right.
Boxing, training in boxing, everything that actually said, okay, now I got to be able to discipline myself.
Right.
Because I was always a fighter. I was always ready to rumble with everybody. Everybody. I love fighting. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, with that, like I said, that made me tougher. Football made me tougher. Baseball, that gave me discipline too. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a baseball player.
Right.
I was just trying to find my place as a young boy in sports.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So, as I'm growing older and everything, and then, like I said, the family important people in my life is passing away.
Right.
So now what I do is I dive so much into the sports because I'm dealing with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I'm building bonds with a lot of these people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm finding love in a lot of these people because I'm missing moms, pops. You know what I'm saying? Grandfather, my aunt. I'm missing these people.
Got you.
So I filled myself up with being sociable with, with everybody else around me, and then that, what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like everybody in the neighborhood.
So so basically through sports you started finding your identity.
Yes.
And you started gaining not only popularity but more friends and kind of rebuilding your family.
Right.
That you didn't have.
Right. Exactly. Because
so
that's the sense of sports.
Right.
Is the family thing. You look out for everybody that's on your team. The
support of it.
Right. So you look for that, and you know what I mean. And now you gotta remember. Also, I'm growing up in the 70s and 80s.
Right.
So we dealing with a lot of heroes that you have in your family get caught on drugs. Now you're looking at them like, oh shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My hero was gone because now he's strung out on drugs.
Right.
Or she's strung out on drugs. And we're talking from the dope era to take it back before the crack era, it was freebasing.
Okay.
Coke was the rich man's high.
Okay, explain that for some people don't know what freebasing is because everybody watches
Yeah,
the movies and Nino Brown and you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell. All right, so freebasing for a lot of y'all younger, I'm gonna give y'all a quick example of what freebasing is. It's sort of like when y'all running around doing that hookah stuff with the aluminum foil and all of that, and you put the stuff in there, and then you basically inhale the fumes. It's the same concept of the hookah. When you're using hookah, it's freebasing.
Copy.
I'll tell you like a story when I came home from prison real quick. Yo, I came home from prison. My mans and them took me to a hookah club.
Yeah.
And everybody was sitting down, just enjoying themselves, partying when they, eating or whatever. And then they passed, the hookah thing around. And I went in and I told my man, I said, what the fuck is y'all taking me to a freebasing club? Like, these motherfuckers out here freebasing.
Yeah, when hookah started getting popular, I was like, yo, this is getting weird, yo.
Yeah.
'Cause I never really saw people in the club like lighting the joint and then, and it was like, I know to you it was like, yo, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah, bro. I was like coming home, and I came home in 2005, but coming home, it was like, bro, it was just weird because I was, society has moved and elevated since I've been in prison.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah,
and you don't even know what they putting in the hookah when you smoking it.
Yeah,
you don't know
so
what the hell
what I mean. And I'm old school. You don't like we learned back in the days. You don't smoke behind OGs because OGs usually put coke inside their cigarettes. They called it coolies.
Yeah.
They used to put coke inside the blunts. You know what I'm saying? So, or they will put crack, and they would tell you, never smoke behind an OG, regardless to whom or what. I don't care if your OG look as fly as a motherfucker and don't smoke behind him. So I wasn't a weed smoker back in it because I was an athlete. Again, like I said, I was an athlete.
Right.
So the smoking thing, I wasn't really caught into. I don't smoke cigarettes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I wasn't caught into that world. It didn't interest me to sit around and smoke weed all day because I'm hyperactive. I like to move. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Even like I'm 50 years old now. Look, like you know what I'm saying. So, like I said, that freebasing is what I thought that dude was doing, but they was like, nah, that's hookah. I was like, what's hookah? And they was telling me what it was, or what I was like, oh man, nah, I can't do that, bro. That's like freebasing. It just it flashed me back to that era of the 80s.
Let's go back. I don't want to cut you off. Let's go back for a quick second. So being, you grew up in the 70s and 80s, right? Mm-hmm. And of course, drugs were being introduced into our communities.
Yeah.
Just give me a little understanding, like your first experience seeing someone. Like, have you seen anyone in your family using?
I never seen my mom's use drugs.
Okay.
Never. 2020 hindsight, I know my mom's did.
And why do you say that?
Never, because I remember when I was a kid, I used to see certain things, paraphernalias in the crib.
Okay.
You go in her drawer, we looking for things. We're kids, we curious. We want, going there, I got to go to the store. I know mommy got some money inside the drawer.
Right.
You open the drawer, you see fucking a dildo, you see fucking you see certain things that you're not supposed to see as a kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I was just looking, I didn't care about none of that shit.
Yeah,
I'm looking for the money. Like, I got to go to the store. So I would look for see the shit, boom, boom, close the door.
You didn't even know what it is at the time when you're looking at it. You're like, yo, what is this?
Yeah, like,
it's sugar?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So now I know that, just looking back, I know that she used drugs, but she never, the most my mom's ever did around us was smoke weed.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I remember back in the day, she had the album with the White Owl Bamboo album, and she used to roll up, let her seeds drop. You know what I'm saying? Roll up, and then she just relax and just smoke her weed.
Did you ever smoke? Did you ever?
I dabbled. I started smoking on my 18th birthday. One of my mans, we was in the spot. We was selling drugs, and we was spots my 18th birthday. He was like, yo, fuck it. We in the spot. We doing our shift. It's your birthday. Fuck it. Let's go smoke some weed. We brought a little Kanai wine. He brought one. I brought one. He rolled up or whatever. He was a heavy smoker. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a heavy smoker. So he rolled up, started smoking. I took like 3 puffs, and it didn't get me high. Me, I'm a type of person, if you say it's just going to get me high and it don't get me high, I'm not going to sit here and try to keep going until I get high. I was never like, so I did it just because it was my birthday. That was the first time I ever smoked anything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then after that, when I went into prison, I smoked little joints or whatever case may be, but I was never a smoker. After prison, I probably dabbled more so into smoking, but never a heavy smoker.
But were you around a lot of dudes that smoked a lot, drank?
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
So what kept you off of that, wave?
I think my history of seeing what drugs did to our people.
Because they say it's a gateway.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But when I was young, I was an athlete. It kept me off it. When I was in prison, I didn't really. Only time I did it if I was stressed, I'll smoke a joint and write a letter. but I was still an athlete in jail. So when I came home, I was like, fuck it, I'm home. This my personal celebration.
Right.
So I, you know what I mean? Drinking, I never been drunk in my life.
That's crazy.
I've been, whereas I don't, like if I step and I feel I did. Threw up over it, and I never did that in my life.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I'm very aggressive, and I'm always like I'm not paranoid, but I'm always on point for something. So I never like my equilibrium to be off.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Actually, drinking and being out in environments that you're not controlling is one thing about that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because a lot of cats wait for you to, you know what I'm saying, either be drunk.
Right, and I never wanted to be caught. Yeah, you never want to be inebriated. You never want to get caught off guard, especially when you a person that talk a lot of shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or you getting into situations, arguments, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I got you.
That's just me. You know what I mean? Just, you know, the information that I learned, you know, as far as being a soldier and being a warrior, we're going to get into all that too.
Yeah.
But, you know, being a soldier and being a warrior, you know, you don't do things that make you off balance.
Yeah.
Because you never know when somebody, you know what I'm saying? Because that's coming from boxing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's coming from sports. You never want to be high when you playing basketball.
Right.
You never want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to be at your best performance.
Some people can't even operate without even smoking or drinking.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah. No, I seen. I'm a construction worker. And I seen a lot of. I just see a lot of OGs that do ceilings.
Right.
And they literally got to drink because their hands be shaking if they ain't drinking.
Yeah.
So they got to take a little swig of this, a swig of that. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep their nerves and whatever. And I seen that even just in society, some people, if you notice that they jittery or something, I equate it to being on something and they need, like they got a monkey on their back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know, cats be dealing with a lot, bro.
Yeah.
It's just the circumstances of the environment where you at to, like, you know what I'm saying, like losing someone that you care about, a loved one. You know what I mean, all those things are kind of like a escape for.
Yeah, it's escape. Like I tell younger individuals, you gotta find something to release that anger. You gotta find.
You're gonna find something. You're gonna find a way to do it somehow.
You got.
You don't even realize it.
Yeah.
You don't even realize it. You don't realize it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Some people tend to, like I say, when you find something that you like and love. And release what you got to release into.
Right.
Don't find something that you know that ain't you. Because if you take something, like if you take a gun and say, yo, all right, you don't want to run around with a gun. But you using that gun as a means of putting all your anger and your emotions into it, and then you turn around and you can do something. How I know? I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I've been there where, like, when I started seeing, and like I said, the sports was my escapism. But when I started hearing from coaches and other people saying that, yo, you're too short, or your hand's not big enough to be a quarterback. These things that you tell young individuals when they're young makes them think and feel that they can't be what they want to be.
Yeah. So that's where it really starts at. Because if you're in school and you're always getting praised, or you know what I mean, or they, you know what I mean, people are or putting doubt in your mind, even if you don't have the height and you don't have the hands, you still can go for that. You can be the first to be like, yo, he's this and that, because it's always been like that. You be like, oh, yo, Muggsy Bogues. A lot of people could have told him, like, yo, bro, you just too short to be in the league. How you gonna play against Michael Jordan and these guys?
Right.
Man, these guys are 6'6", 6'7".
Exactly. And that's just the conditions of.
That's somebody putting it on them too. Like they had no support to even believe, like, yo, you can. But then again, we had no good role models that we can actually touch.
Right.
To really show us a better way.
Yeah, and then we gotta stop. Like, you gotta stop putting people as role models that are not role models.
That's a fact. Talk about that. Talk about that.
Like when we grown, like it's the same thing as like OGs.
Yeah.
Like, stop giving these people these titles that don't show and prove that they are worthy of to have that title.
That's only in our culture, though.
That's in our culture.
That's only in our culture.
Yeah, because we tend to do that, and when you do that, and a person doesn't live up to those standards, those criterias, and the younger person see them, that it becomes devastating to them.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? It becomes a point where people start to look at their OGs and not have their respect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? See, when I was growing up, I had a lot of respect for my OGs because I had a grandfather that didn't play no shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he installed that you respect your elders regardless of whom or what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what you seen him fall off on or what he doing.
Right.
Don't come around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And be disrespectful.
Right.
But these younger individuals, or the younger generation, I'm gonna say the older generation is not installing this into the younger generation.
Yeah.
So they can have that, regardless of what. I seen my OGs fall off on drugs.
Yeah.
To this day, I still respect them, dead or alive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But why? But why? See, why is it like that though? Why is it like our direction and our leadership, people who we saw growing up? That's like the worst thing to me. Understand? Like actually seeing OG that was respected, getting money in the hood, have fly, getting money, but it's all doing the wrong things. Never being able to transition into real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is life beyond the streets? What is life beyond the drug game? You know what I'm saying?
I think that you hit it right there. There's a lot of OGs didn't transition into something better. So as an OG, when you're growing in what you're doing, right? And if you're not doing more, these younger individuals going to pass you.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Let's not act like these young individuals are not intelligent.
Oh yeah.
We growing, we watching because we emulating you.
Right.
We following behind you. We're taking your advice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're learning from you. But if you allow yourself to stop at a certain spot and you hanging on a corner with the younger dudes, sooner or later you're gonna bump heads because the younger dudes doing the same thing that you doing.
Right.
You can't send Shorty to the store no more.
Nah, he can't do that.
You think I'm saying? When he was 13, you sending him to the store because he's playing sports. Yo, go to the store for me, and you hitting them off with bread and all that. But now you are OG. You can't send an 18-year-old to the store.
Yeah, you can't.
You think I'm saying?
But think about how you're conditioned. Your training.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's literally what it is. Because, like you said, you see your OGs, he's sending you in the store, you getting a few dollars, and then you become older, and now you need a runner.
Now you need it. Exactly.
I did it.
Yeah, we all
you
went
did
through
it.
Yeah, I went through it. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
I went through it, and
you find a kid who's so super interested in, like, damn, I want to be like you. And then you see the separation of a kid who goes to college and a kid whose parents are on top of them, like, yo, you're not doing that, and really being strict, to see ahead of, like, okay, it's only a couple of things that's gonna happen if you out here.
Yeah,
only a few.
Yeah, it's only a few,
and there's a few who do make it.
Yeah,
and able to transition.
You're gonna have individuals. It's supposed to be individuals to make it.
Right.
You think I'm saying?
But then going back into what you're saying, your life is like those become role models.
Those become your role models
because
you see it right, and then your role models become your enemy.
Right. Your idols become your rivals.
Your idols become your rivals.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And as an OG, you're supposed to install as much advice, sound advice, and you got to live by that.
Right.
You can't, there's no way that you can tell. I would never tell a young individual to stop selling drugs unless I got something else to give them.
Yeah.
So when I tell a young individual, yo, bro, stop selling drugs,
right,
I'm going to show you how to make money.
Right.
Without you having to worry about looking over your shoulder or even competitors amongst your peers because you're not going to be doing the same thing that they're doing.
Right.
Like I tell them, I say, yo, you can literally sell hats and T-shirts.
Yeah.
I said, literally, you can do that and make more money doing that than you do with selling drugs. And I can break the whole drug game down to you and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your numbers on weed, your numbers on coke, your numbers on crack, your numbers on dope. However you want to go about it, I can break it down for you and I can show you selling the hat, you'll make more money because you're the plug.
Right.
You think I'm saying? You're not working for someone. When you go into the drug game, literally, you're going to have to work for someone. I don't care if you got $10,000 and you go buy the key. You still working for the dude who got the key.
Facts.
Because you're going with him and you're buying it. You're your own boss, but you're still working for someone.
Yeah.
Because he's going to count on you to come buy them keys.
I mean, even when you say that about hats, if you're not making your own hat,
you're not making your own hats, you're working for
still
someone.
working for someone.
You know what I'm saying? But if you go out and you buy the hat
Mm-hmm.
and you print on it or whatever case may be, you're your own boss. So you're working at your own pace.
Reselling always been a major money maker. Reselling,
Yeah,
because it's like how Amazon don't have nothing that's physical. They reselling from a seller.
right.
And they pushing it out.
Exactly.
It's the same thing like the drug game.
It's same thing.
Same thing, just
It's just a
it's
different
modernized,
hustle.
right?
Yeah, it's a different hustle. Hustle.
so how you want to look at it?
Yeah, hustling is not selling drugs. Hustling is getting up off your ass
Yeah,
and going out there and doing what you got to do and to provide for yourself and your family.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's self-preservation. I always tell people like SSI, to me, it's not Social Security income.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Sacrifice, save, and invest. So you got to sacrifice all the bullshit you're going through, all your friends, all the knucklehead shit, all your vices. Then you save.
You talking.
You know what I'm saying? And then you invest what you have, that money you have, you invest it in something. And then it comes after, it's more stuff that comes after it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Patience, due diligence, you know what I mean? You got to, you know what I mean? You can have a faith in what you're doing. But those three things, that's your SSI.
Yeah, let's touch on that real quick because, the drug game don't got no Social Security involved in it. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Don't.
No.
And then even you can see people that's been working for 30, 40 years finally retiring and still ain't getting no money on Social Security. You can't live off of it. So it's like, even when you think about, okay, I could have went that direction, I could have hustled.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I could have stacked. The reason why, cats get stuck up into it because the money is limitless. Like,
yes.
Like you can never be satisfied about making money because you always can make more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It becomes so addicting that it's like, I can't get a regular job. I don't want to do a regular job because the same time that I'm doing this and moving that, it'd be like I'll take the risk.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you hit it right on the head. And then like to add on to that, it's like I tell individuals now, me personally, I don't strive to make money. I strive to be successful. Money is going to come.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, I know so many hustles that I can literally get out there and hustle and make money.
You can make money off of anything.
You can make money off of anything. It's always supply and demand. It's you can look in your environment and know what's around you and see and pick out what type of product you need to sell to that environment.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So money, I strive to be successful. When I wake up and say, I want to create this, or I want to do this, I want to do that. And when I do it and I put my energy into that, then I'm becoming successful. Yeah. And it's a peaceful success.
Right.
Money is going to come. I can make money, bro. I'm hands on. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't mind learning things. Yeah. I never want to be a part of anything that I can't learn. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm not learning, then I'm just being trained. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to be educated. Right. I don't care whatever, if it's podcasting, I don't care if it's studio engineering, whatever it is. If it's somewhere I can be in an environment where I'm learning, and then there's multiple things, I love to put myself in that environment.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like you have to. This is what our minds are. Yeah. Here is to absorb information and knowledge. And
the information is there. It just takes time for you to actually want to go find it. Because it says, once you seek the truth, it'll never hide from you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're looking for it. And it can't hide because you have to find it.
You have to find it.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
ignorant.
You will find it. If you're looking for it.
If you're looking for it, you will find it. Like, it's like when the women go on your phone. Yeah. You seek it.
You're going to find something.
You're going to find something and you keep looking for it.
Like you in a drawer with your mom's drawer. You at that moment, you want.
If I was looking for something,
you was looking for that,
I would have found it. You know what I'm saying?
But but you got to know what you're looking for.
You got to know. You got to know what you're looking for. You got to know yourself and know what you're looking for, because when you find it, now once you have it, you know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? You know what to do with it.
So, I mean, I love touching on what we're touching on. We just diving into it. I know we got more episodes coming up. Yes. This is just the beginning of a series that we want y'all part of. Engage, like, comment, share it. D King, Woody, and Brickhouse Studios. Yes. And let them know where they can find us at.
Oh man, you can find us at Brickhouse Studios, Brooklyn General. You can find me on Instagram, Brooklyn_General_BKG. And you also find me on Facebook, Woodrow Woody Handsome Albright. There you go.
Let's get it.
Peace.
Peace.